Second.
Welcome, everybody, and we're glad you joined us this afternoon for a virtual information session regarding Central Texas College. And we hope that this will be an informative session for you to help you choose Central Texas College for your higher educational path and your career path as well. Basically, right now, we're just going to give you a brief overview of what CTC has to offer, how you can apply, how you can pay for school, what classes look like, and just different career pathways we offer, and the fun stuff we do here at CTC as well. So before I get started with everything else, I'm going to go around my screen and kind of point everybody out. Next to me on the screen in the Brady Bunch fashion is Jeff Pyatt. He's in the recruiter in our admissions office. Next to him is Angela Reese, a professor in business administration. Below me is Mariceli Vargas Santiago, Mariceli Santiago with our student life. She's the director of student life and activities. In the center square is Pearl Creviston from financial aid. Next to her is Lucette Brett, also with financial aid, but primarily veteran services. So if there are any military students looking to take classes, she will be able to answer the question. And last but not least, in the middle, below the middle square is Ellen Falkenstein. She is our career pathways person and also a excellent math teacher. So, and I'll just leave math to itself. So anyway, but the first thing we want to do, I want to first say that this is a very interactive session. So if there are any questions out there, please feel free to type them in the chat. If you're watching without a camera, just feel free to interject when there's a pause in the action, or we're streaming on Facebook. You can post a comment on Facebook and ask a question that way as well, and we will get to your questions. So, but try to keep to your questions to the subject matter at hand that we're discussing at that time. That way we don't get lost and we make sure your question doesn't get lost and gets answered, okay? First thing we're going to do, we're going to talk about what CTC has to offer. We have a variety of programs and different career pathways, and I'm going to share my screen to show you our website and show you where all the career pathways are listed, and then Ellen's going to take it over shortly after that. Let's see if I can find my website here. I've got all these things open, and I'm not sure. I've got too many things open. So let me minimize here and see if I can't figure out where we're at here. Let's see. Okay, give me a second. I'm gonna open up a whole new screen here and get started. I apologize. There we go. Slowly but surely coming on. All right, now let's see if I can't share this. There we go. All right, and this is my computer still loading, but this is our website, ctcd.edu. And if you want to find out about the different programs of study and the career pathways, go to the upper right and see this blue square, Explore Academic Programs. You'll click on that. And again, give it a second. My computer is running extremely slow because I've got so many things open right now. And so you'll see the Explore Academic site, and it's broken down into 6 categories designated by the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board. We have our arts and humanities, business and business technology, construction, manufacturing, and transportation, which also includes our aviation science program and computer-aided drafting, our healthcare, which encompasses our paramedicine program, nursing, histology, massage therapy, and things of that nature, our public service like child development, our kinesiology program, teaching, even our police academy, and science, technology, engineering, and math, the fun stuff, the robotics, the engineering, even agricultural science if you're interested in that. And that also encompasses horticulture and equine studies. So we've got a variety of things for that. So right now I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to show a quick video. Let me get out of that and share this video. See if I can find that video again. I had them all locked in and loaded and ready to go, and I've lost them all. So bear with me. I don't know what happened to my, yeah, I've shut everything down. Everything kind of shut down. I lost my computer somewhere, so bear with me, and we'll see if we can't find these videos here for you. Oops, not that one. Let's go with this one. Bear with me 1 second, folks. We're going to get there. Okay, and then of course we're going to have to go through the advertisements with YouTube. That's one of the problems with YouTube. And when I share, let me optimize for sound so we don't have that problem as well, which has been an issue in the past. Okay, all right, I'm going to share this, and again, I apologize for the commercials, but here we go. Let me know if you can hear it okay. I'm not hearing. Oh. All right. So obviously that was not quite the video I wanted to share, but it works nonetheless. My computer is totally, when the WebEx kicked on, everything else shut down and I had all the videos queued up. And so we're a little out of order, but we'll get there. So, but anyway, so that's just kind of a brief tour of CTC, and I'm going to turn it over to Ellen so she can talk about all the different career pathways, and I'm going to find that video and you will use that as a summary when Ellen is through giving you the lowdown on all of the areas of study and the career pathway. So Ellen, the floor is yours.
Thank you. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so when you come into our website, over here there's a big blue button that says Explore Academic Programs. If you click on that, now it says Explore Academic Programs, but we have all kinds of programs in here. We have Career Technical, we have Continuing Ed, so you'll find all kinds of information in here. And as Bruce said, they're broken into what we call clusters. So there's an overall video here, which I think was the video Bruce was trying to do. And then for each of the subsections here, the clusters, there's also a video. But if you look below, it lays out all of the different programs that we have. So let's come down. We'll go into business and technology here. If you click on business, and so you can just explore. If you think you know where you want to look, you of course can head right to that. Otherwise, you're welcome to just kind of click around and take a look. I think Bruce will mention later, but we also have in the Career Center, which was in that video, we have surveys that are free. Anyone can use it. You don't have to be a student, where you can kind of see maybe what you want to be when you grow up. So within this, we have, so this is business. We have different kinds of jobs and, of course, pay scales, because money is very important. Then you can come down here to the pathways. I'm going to go to a different pathway. But these show you what you can do with degrees. And if we have certificates, it shows you how you can build on the certificates. If you come a little further, you can click on, so let's look at business manager. Let's go here. Let's say you want to go into marketing. If you click on this, this is going to take you into our catalog, and you'll see the layout of the degree, the different classes that you'll need to take. And it is set up like you're going to go full-time, but of course you don't have to go full-time. You can go part-time, work your way through. But also if you click next to these, you will go right into our catalog and you can see the course description. Okay, let's go backwards a second. If you come down a little further, you can contact the departments. Please, please, please do that. They're happy to answer questions about their degrees, help you with anything that you need with that program. Let's go down. Let's go to welding. Welding's always fun. So if you come down here into construction, manufacturing, and transportations, some of these have certificates so that you can start working. My computer's slow too, Bruce. It will tell you different jobs that you can get. And what's great about the way we have this set up is that you can get a certificate. So you can see here, this is what we call our pathway. You can get the first certificate of completion. It's 5 classes. And then next to it, we show different careers that you can go into. So you could start working and still go to school. We have classes during the day. We have classes at night. So you can keep working and move up the chain of these certificates. These certificates all build up to an Associate of Applied Science, and then you can even go get a bachelor's with Texas A&M Central Texas. So all of our certificates are set up this way that they're stackable, so you're not going to take classes that you don't need.
Yeah, and that's exactly what stackable means, that you can take one, build on it, and build on it until you ultimately get that 2-year degree.
Exactly. Now, of course, some of our degrees are really meant more for associates. They might not have certificates, but we work very close with our neighboring schools, universities, to make sure that those classes are also stackable and head to the university so that you're not taking classes that you don't need. So the great thing is CTC is a lot cheaper than the universities. You can get all your core classes done. Also, our classes are smaller. You have more interaction with the professors. But I want to show you just real quick, we also have, where's my healthcare? We also have like veterinary assistant, pharmacy tech. These are continuing ed classes, but you can kind of figure out, they must be working on that link because that didn't work. Okay.
We're going through a web redesign right now.
Find out what's going on there. Let me pick a different one.
Try the veterinary and see what happens, or the clinical medical.
Yeah, let's try clinical medical. We're working on overhauling. There we go. Awesome. Overhauling our websites. And so sometimes we get a little glitch. So this is continuing ed, which means that you can, it's 340 non-credit hours, but you can start working. You can see if you like this before you go to all of the classes to head to be a nurse. It just gives you a chance to see if you like that field. So this, we've got so much stuff. There's no way I can show you today, but please, please, please visit the Career Center if you want to talk to them more, or reach out to these departments. They would be happy to talk to you, or reach out to any of us. We'd be happy to share our knowledge as well.
Great, thank you. I want
anything else?
Yeah, I want to build on just a couple of things you said. The Career Center, that you talked about, the survey that students or non-students can take to kind of assess their likes and dislikes. So it's exactly what it is. It's kind of points you in the right direction of what you might be interested in, and you might not even realize that you're interested in it until you see it on paper and check, oh, I like this, I like this, I like this. The other part was where Ellen showed us some of where this explained the degree plans. You click on that and it showed what classes you can take each semester. It's an excellent roadmap to walk you through exactly what you need to take and a time frame approximately that would be good for you to take it. That way you're not wasting money on classes that you don't need, or won't apply to your degree or transfer down the road somewhere. So it's just a perfect roadmap for you to follow toward that degree completion. And as Ellen also mentioned, that our classes, our credit hours are transferable to the majority of the four-year universities here in Texas. We have articulation agreements with them, so that means that our credits will transfer seamlessly to these universities. So again, you're not having to take more classes or other classes, and you're guaranteed that the class that you take towards your degree are going to transfer to that four-year university for you. So now, having said that, I did find that video, so I'm going to share it, and it's just a summary of everything that Ellen had brought up. So hopefully this will work, and we'll get it right. And let me get my optimization again, so I don't mess that up. And it's not letting there. But come on, hang on with me. Here we go. Optimize for video. There we go. All right. And I'm going to share that screen. Everybody see that okay? I'm going to play and enlarge. There we go. And again, the audio, I don't know what's going on.
Everyone loves the cloud experience, but the reality is,
All right, and I'll stop sharing. So as you can see, that video was an excellent summary of everything that Ellen had mentioned, including the fact that if your core classes, if you're got your heart set graduating this May and you got your heart set on moving on or starting at a four-year university, not a bad idea to get some of those core classes knocked out here during the summertime. And it's a very affordable way to do that. So CTC offers the most competitive tuition rates in the area. So it would be a great start for you, not to start out in debt, but to start ahead and knock out some of those core classes in a very affordable way. All right, so now that we talked about what we offer, let's talk about how do we get here? How do we apply? How do we become a part of the CTC family? And to help us out with that, that would be Mr. Pyatt. So Jeff, it's on you.
All right. Thanks, Bruce. Can you hear me or am I on mute?
You are good.
Okay, good. All right. So my name is Jeff Pyatt, and I am an admissions advisor recruiter for Central Texas College. I'd like to welcome everybody for joining us today. And part of my duties is assisting students with the application process. So in order to make application to CTC, you can visit our website at www.ctcd.edu. And Bruce, do you want to show that
I certainly
where
will.
we can do that?
I certainly will.
Let's
Okay, as
pull
you
that
can
up.
see, this
All
is
right.
the website Jeff had mentioned, ctcd.edu, and this
Right.
is our homepage.
So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to hit the red Apply Now button. And as a first-time user, you're going to scroll down to first-time user. You're going to hit Create an Account. Okay. So when you click that, you circle in it, Bruce. You see it. Okay, click that, Bruce, and scroll down again because there's another Create an Account. So go ahead and click that.
It's not letting me scroll, so.
Okay. So once you click the next create account button, what it's going to do is going to prompt you to create. There we go. It's going to prompt you to create your Apply Texas account, and you're going to have a username, and the username is no spaces. It could be my first initial last name with no spaces, something like that. You're going to put your email address in there, and what I would suggest is if you're still in high school, do not use your email, your high school email, because once you graduate, you probably won't have access to that. Also, what I would suggest is maybe have something that may not be quite so silly, something a little bit professional right there. And then you're going to create your password. Okay. So after you create your password, what you're going to do is once you get logged into Apply Texas, you're going to have to create a student profile. And when you create the student profile, that's about 8 to 9 pages, depending on how you answer the questions on your application. And then after you uh, sub- create your student profile, you're going to make an application to a college. Well, Apply Texas has multiple institutions in there. They have 2-year community colleges in there, like CTC. They have 4-year institutions in there, like A&M University, Central Texas. So you're going to select 2-year because that's what CTC is, and then you're going to select Central Texas College. Okay. So when you make application to CTC, you're really doing 3 things. You're creating your account, you are creating your student profile, and then you're submitting your application. And sometimes what happens is students only create their profile and they don't actually go to the part where they submit their application. Uh, they don't click the 2-year or CTC, and they think that their application is submitted, and it's really not. So we can see that it's saved, but it's not submitted. Okay, so you have to make sure you apply to that institution, and you'll know that you're successful submitting your application when you have a confirmation number and you see the confetti falling down. Okay, so the application for CTC is free. It doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't obligate you to anything. It's good for a year. And CTC has an open admissions policy, meaning if you have your high school diploma or your GED, then you'll be accepted to CTC. Okay. Before you can register for your classes, what you will have to do is you will have to meet with academic advising. Okay. And let me back up a little bit. Before you can take classes at CTC, you'll have to satisfy testing requirements. And CTC does not require the SAT or the ACT, uh, but we take what we call the TSIA2. A lot of people call the TSIA2 an entrance exam, and it's not. What that test does, it determines where you stand academically. Are you college level or are you developmental? You need a developmental class. If you have taken the SAT or the ACT, will take those. But if you haven't, you can take the TSIE2. What I would suggest is if you're still in high school, if you're at one of the Killeen ISD schools or Copperas Cove, if you haven't taken the TSI, go ahead and take it because it's free at the school. You can take it a couple of times. I was at Copperas Cove High School last week, and they have probably 3 or 4 more times or 5 times that you can take the TSI before the end of the school year. If you wait to take it here during the summer, you're going to have to make an appointment, and I don't know how far they are in scheduling the appointment. So it's a time crunch during the summer. Okay, so uh, once you do your testing, you'll want to speak with academic advising, and academic advising is going to place you in your courses according to your test scores. They can place you in your uh, courses according to your SAT scores, your ACT scores, or your TSI scores. And the TSI is really not a pass or fail thing. So let's say that you don't pass any of it, you're going to take the developmental classes that you need to. Uh, you're going to take the academic class, the developmental classes that you need to get into the college level classes. Okay. So, but academic advising is going to do a couple of things. And the first thing they're going to do is what? They're going to help you. You may know what you want to do as far as a major, which you may want to study, but you may not know. So they can help you choose your degree plan or your academic plan. And the second thing they're going to do is how. They're going to create a plan for you. They're going to create a goal for you so you can reach plan. Okay. So you'll need to speak with academic advising. And one last thing is, if you are 22 years of age or younger on the first day of class and taking a face-to-face class, we'll need proof of bacterial meningitis vaccination. Okay. If you take a face-to-face class and an online class, we still need the bacterial meningitis vaccination. If you're taking only an online class, the vaccination is not required, but 22 years of age or younger for a face-to-face class. And I'm going to mention one thing about financial aid, but I'm not going to take Pearl's thunder for financial aid because she's the expert. But I've been in the high schools the last few weeks, and there's lots and lots and lots of students who have not submitted their FAFSA. And FAFSA is a TEA requirement for graduation. So you have one or two options: complete your FAFSA or complete the waiver saying you're not complete the FAFSA. Otherwise, they're not going to let you walk. So that's really all I have. And I will put my contact information in the chat box right there. You're welcome to send me an email, and I'll be glad to help. Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. We appreciate it. So get Jeff's information from the chat feature. And one thing that Jeff mentioned that was very important is that just because you apply to Central Texas College, it is not a commitment that you have to go here. It is one step that you don't have to worry about anymore. If you decide that you eventually do want to come here, or let's say you're planning on going to another university and that doesn't quite work out, we're a great fallback plan in that sense, and in meaning your application is already on file, that job is already done, we have your information here, and then you can meet with an advisor and get the ball rolling. That's just one less step you have to take. So again, it's not a commitment, but it's a nice backup plan in case your original plan doesn't quite work out. So, and I'm going to stop sharing my screen right now. And as Jeff mentioned, Pearl is our pearl of wisdom, so to speak, no pun intended, about paying for school. And since we've talked about what we have to offer and how to apply, and of course, the next obvious step is we got to pay for school. So Pearl, share that knowledge with us on financial aid and scholarships, et cetera.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. I am Pearl Creviston, Director of Financial Aid here at CTC. I am the person that will actually award any scholarships as well. And the financial aid from the FAFSA application includes your Pell Grant, student loans, and what's called Supplemental Educational Opportunity Grant, or SEOG, as we fondly refer to it as. For financial aid, as Jeff just mentioned, there is a new Texas requirement now that in order to graduate from high school, you must complete a FAFSA, or your parents must submit a form stating that they do not wish to complete the FAFSA. Otherwise, that could place your graduation on hold. So we do work with Jeff and all of the high schools together, trying to come out in the evenings and work with you all on getting those FAFSAs completed. So what happens once you complete a FAFSA? They get sent to the school, but only to the school where Jeff said you had to apply for admissions. So part of applying for admissions, just so those of you receiving financial aid understand, you must declare a degree plan. Sometimes students will apply for admissions, they'll do everything, they'll do their FAFSA, but they haven't met with a counselor, they haven't said anything about what they want to do or what career path they want to choose, and then we are unable to complete your FAFSA application. Sometimes you don't know that if you're not checking student self-serve. We'll send you a confirmation when it comes in. We let you know what we need, if anything, to complete your aid file. And if one of those things states must declare an academic degree plan, that means you need to get with an academic advisor and decide which program you want to be on. So you have to be degree seeking or certificate seeking in order to receive Title IV funding. That is a little bit different than a scholarship, for instance. Some of our foundation or outside scholarships simply want you to be registered in classes. So there are different types of aids, and each type of aid sometimes has different rules. So understanding what aid you have and what you need to do to receive that financial aid is really important. Another thing that you want to know as a student is, how does the financial aid work once you've done everything? So you did your FAFSA, you received a confirmation, you see your award notice, and then you are ready to register for classes. So what happens is 10 days prior to the start of classes, the financial aid office will transmit your funding to your student account with the business office. The business office will then apply those payments to any outstanding charges and allow you at that time to charge books at the CTC bookstore. You can charge anything against your financial aid balance up to the full amount of the award. If, however, you don't use everything that you were transmitted for each term, then that becomes a balance check to the student, and it's typically 30 days after classes start or sooner. Loans tend to go out as a higher priority and get sent to students sooner than Pell Grant, SCOG, or scholarships. But typically within 30 days, you should have all of your balances. So how do you receive those balances? You have the option of receiving a paper check, but we at CTC would really prefer you sign up for direct deposit. So under what's called Student Self-Serve, which is your portal to be able to see everything you need to know about yourself as a student, you will have the option under the finance section to go in and actually apply for a direct deposit account. You'll receive a test from the business office confirming that that worked, that your account is now active, and then anytime your balances are issued, they would be direct deposited to your account. This is extremely important, especially if you are a military student and tend to move around or be deployed, or you had to go overseas for any length of time. That means as long as you're a student attending classes, your financial aid will transmit seamlessly, just like your military pay would. So I highly recommend all students apply for direct deposit so that if you do move within a term or your address changes for any other reason, you know at least your balances are going to find you. So the overall for financial aid does not include within our department the veteran services piece. So for that information, Lucette Brett is here today. She's the Associate Dean over Financial Aid and VA, and she is going to explain to you all a little bit more about your veterans benefits and what you need to do to receive those. Lucette?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to CTC. We are trying our best to make it easier for students to receive veteran education benefits in using the eForm system that we offer. So the way that works is you have to submit the application through the eForm system using your student ID number, and each chapter is a little bit different. So we encourage you to take a look at the web pages because it does go into detail. We have some exciting news about that because the VA has started a new program called the Enrollment Manager. So most of the time we don't have to ask for a lot of documentation because we can already see the certificate of eligibility, information that has to do with the DD-214, as long as the veteran has allowed us to see that information. So we have what we call a VEC in our eForms. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen if that's okay. Let's see if I can get it to come up here. There we go. Is that full screen to everyone or?
Yeah.
All right. So if you go to our main webpage, again, they were explaining that it is going to be changing a little bit, but under students, you're going to come over to, let's see. Okay, well, it's going to do that. So the military veterans section here. And then underneath the veterans, we kind of explain a little bit in general how this works. We do work with Texas A&M too. So once you get some of your classes taken care of here, we were explaining the stackable classes. We do work with them as well through the veteran benefits that we use. This explains the process, and it even has the links to the Eagles or the Eagle self-service, not self-service, I'm sorry, student e-forms. Again, it's going to depend on your situation, whether or not you're the veteran or you've been awarded benefits from your parent or someone else, depending on the situation. And we will be updating this for you. It's very, very simple. Again, you just click on there and it's going to take you to the e-form system and you complete that. Go ahead and stop. I'm sorry, I am just come back from a wonderful conference learning all about the veteran systems that we have. They're trying to make sure that benefits are processed in less than 30 days now, which we have a new coordinator here, Vicki Putzer, who has kind of streamlined everything. If you have questions, you can contact veteran.services@ctcd.edu, and we are up to date with all of our email responses. We have multiple people manning the phones too. We encourage you to get your VEC applications in if you're going to attend this summer, to have those in 10 days prior at least to classes starting. So that way we have time to make sure that we have all your documentation loaded and everything. We do have the Hazelwood Act here. So if the veteran entered the service in Texas, or got out of the service in Texas, that's a different kind of a benefit, but that application is also on e-forms as well. Anything I'm leaving off, Bruce? You're pretty good about spot
No,
checking
I
me.
think you're good. I think you covered everything. So again, we appreciate that. So for those of the students who have military benefits or access to military benefits, we encourage you to reach out to Lucette, veteran.services@ctcd.edu, and get questions answered. Because she is the veterans guru, so to speak. So, and one thing about Pearl, I want for those students who are out of high school already or maybe coming back to school and contemplating CTC, and they want to fill out a FAFSA, is there a deadline? What's a good time to fill out that FAFSA if
Right
they want to start in the summer?
Yeah. Right now, today's good.
Okay, I thought that might be your answer. So, and for those, I know I don't want to get into too many great details, but what tax forms do they need to apply now for that FAFSA?
Right. Let me clarify. Good point, Bruce. There are 2 active applications available right now on the FAFSA, FAFSA.gov website. And one is for 22-23, and you would use the 2020 tax return that you filed in order to complete that one. That one will take you through the end of this summer. So students in high school getting ready to graduate who want to take summer classes need to make sure they do the 22-23 FAFSA for the summer. Also, it's time. They opened it last October already for the 23-24, and you would use the 2020-21 FAFSA or tax information for that FAFSA. So very important that you apply your FAFSA every single year. If you're under the age of 24 and you are not married, you are not active duty, you are not a single parent, and you are not orphan ward of the court, you have to use parent information until you're 24. So that is one issue that a lot of students face. They're 22 years old, they're living on their own, they're paying all their own bills, they don't understand why do I have to use my parent information, and it's simply a requirement from the Department of Education. Unless you meet one of the 4 criteria that I mentioned, you must use parent information until you're 24 years of age. Thank you, Bruce, for that.
No, thank you. That's good information to know, because I know a lot of students, the whole FAFSA thing can be a little bit mind-boggling, and knowing that there's past tax forms or current tax forms or whatever, that's all a little mind-boggling. So thanks for the clarification on that. So, all right, folks, we've talked about how to pay for classes, and so we want to find out what do classes look like. And so to give us a lowdown on that is Dr. Angela Reese. She is a professor in our business administration department. And I will add, we've thrown the word guru around quite a bit, and she is what I call our Blackboard guru. And she'll explain what Blackboard is in addition to how classes are going to look. Dr. Reese?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Bruce. So good afternoon, everyone, or if you by chance are watching this in the morning or the weekend, whenever, welcome to Central Texas College. Whether you are a brand new student or you started and are looking to come back and are just trying to figure out your next steps, one thing as a faculty member and truly even as a former staff member and for everybody on this call, we encourage you to participate in anything that we offer. We also encourage you to communicate. So participate and communicate are two critical words as you move forward. If you have any questions, we know that each of these areas can be overwhelming, especially when you are brand new, or maybe you've done step one and still need to do the next steps. We are here to help you and guide you. So please ask questions as you have them. Reach out to us. If you don't know where to start, show up to campus and just ask somebody, you know, where do I go to get started? What are my first steps? And we will gladly help you. So once you go through the processes that we've already talked about, the next step is to, of course, register for your classes. And as you are registering for them, please know that we have so many different delivery modes. We have classes that start almost on a monthly and sometimes bi-monthly basis, depending on the type of classes that you're interested in. And then we also have those traditional 16-week classes that start in January, end in May. We have the summer classes. We have classes that run all fall. So depending on what you're interested in and what works with your schedule, we are here for you. We have lecture courses, which means you come to campus and let's say you're scheduled on Monday and Wednesday from 9 to 10:20. So that is when your course would be, and you would meet with your instructor then. We also have blended courses, meaning you have maybe one day in the classroom and the rest will have an online component. So maybe you meet on Mondays from 9 to 10:20, and then the rest of the week is online. That is what we call a blended. Then from there, we also have online classes. With online classes, we have a couple different modes of that as well. We have online traditional, which means you have a start date, you have dates throughout the entire semester that you have to meet, just like what you have probably been used to in prior classes, start and end with assignments that are due at very specified times. We also have self-paced online classes. Self-paced online classes are classes that have a start date, they have an end date. Everything in between is suggested, but we highly encourage you to participate throughout the entire course. So it's an 8-week self-paced. That does not mean that you wait until the last Friday of the course, the final day at 8 a.m. to get started and think that you're going to do the whole course in one day. It is just not going to happen. So please make sure that you're paying attention to the type of course that you are signing up for. And one final online course that we have is what we call SVL, synchronous virtual lecture courses, to where you have a specific time to meet online with your instructor, and then you also have some coursework to do, of course, beyond that. So be sure to look at that. Be sure to sign up for the type of course that you had intended. If you don't know, there's that communication part again. Ask us. We're happy to help you. We're happy to guide you. So if you by chance look up Introduction to Business, Business Principles, BUSI 1301, which is on almost every degree plan as part of the core component area. You could look that up. You'd see my name there, and it would give you the option to find out more about me. You could email me and say, hey, you know, Dr. Reese, I think that I signed up for your class. It's online. I think it's 16 weeks. Is that right? And I'll make sure to confirm with you the type of course that you've signed up for. So be on the lookout for that as you are registering. Then once you register and as you are moving forward with getting ready to start those classes, you can go to our Blackboard virtual classroom. The easiest way to get there is truly just to type it in ctc.blackboard.com. Save it to your browser. There's many ways to get there. And if you plan to attend a new student orientation, which will be discussed here in a few minutes, the upcoming one, you will be able to actually see a demonstration of how to get there and what it looks like. But again, Blackboard is our virtual classroom. It's where your syllabus will be found. It's where your due dates will be found. If you're in a truly online class, it is where you find all of your lessons, how you take your exams, and not to fear. Some of you might think, well, this is brand new. I'm really not sure what to do. Even beyond just our new student orientation, where we kind of give you a preview of that, we also have a 45-minute overview of what Blackboard looks like. So we have a lot of resources and, of course, an entire department that is dedicated distance education and education technology to making sure that you have everything that you need. So don't let technology stand in the way or fear of that. Communicate, participate. We are here to guide you and support you from beginning to end. So whether you have questions about financial aid, if you have questions about the application, or once you get to your courses, ask every question that you can.
Oh, great. Thank you, Dr. Reese. And that's important to know that the different types of classes that we offer. Also on the industrial technology side, a lot of those classes are competency-based, meaning they are self-paced as well. So you can finish one component, and then when you're ready, move on to the next component and so forth. So you don't have to wait for a traditional start date and an end date for those particular type of classes for industrial tech. So you can move on at your pace or whatever your schedule will allow you to do, because we all know that life gets in the way of everything. So, you know, whether it's trying to study, whether it's dealing with kids, whether it's dealing with your parents, whatever it is, life gets in the way. And sometimes things have to be scheduled accordingly. And so we offer that opportunity for you. So again, and as Angela mentioned, Blackboard is a very key component of our courses. It's another way our instructors keep in touch with you, in addition to our email system, Eagle Mail. So when you sign up for classes, you'll learn more about Eagle Mail, and you take the new student orientation to heart and take that Blackboard 45-minute component to heart as well, because it is very, very important. And so it will be most beneficial to you. So, all right. So thank you, Dr. Reese. We appreciate it. And so now that we're in classes and we're getting the flow of things, there's all kinds of fun stuff to do at CTC. Academics is stress and is important can be, but we also want you guys to have a little fun, a little stress relief. And to tell you some about that is our Student Life Director, Mariceli Santiago.
Welcome, future Eagles! Yes, we are so excited to have you.
Did I mention she's a ball of energy?
I can be occasionally when I need to. My name is Mariceli Santiago. I am the Director of Student Life and Activities, and I am here to welcome you to Central Texas College. I hope that you really are considering us as an option. We really are looking forward to working with you. Part of what I oversee is the component that has to do with the social life. Yes, there is a social life that you can have here at Central Texas College. I like to think I bring the community into the community college. That's what I like to think. We have clubs, organizations that you can participate in, meet other people that may have some similar interests to you. We have a student lounge that you can come out and hang out. It's actually right outside my door. You're welcome to come say hi. The students love it in here. They really kind of mingle and either have fun playing video games, playing billiards, or just sometimes like talking about homework and life and all this kind of stuff. And it's really fun to have conversations with the students out here. Everybody keeps talking about new student orientation, and that is one of my babies. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So once you finish your admissions, you figure out how you're going to pay for classes. Once you register for your classes and you know what you're going to do because you're going to follow all the advice that you just heard, then you're going to come to me. Okay, so it's not really me. I have what's called new student orientation, and I want to show you really, really quick where you're going to get that or what that looks like. Here, this is the CTC webpage. If you type ctcd.edu/NSO, it's going to take you to this page right here.
Mariceli, we're seeing your whole screen here, your desktop. So
rude. Rude.
It happens.
No, I don't like that. Anyway,
I get it.
So thank you. Thanks. As usual, Bruce has my back. So you have the webpage here, and you can actually see the new student orientation. It has how all the dates that we have scheduled so far. We have one coming up. It's a virtual new student orientation in June 1st. There's going to be another one August 2nd. And those are virtual, which means we're going to do it just like what we're doing right now, having a conversation with you and making sure you have all the information that you need. And then you give us feedback live. In the, the faculty would call that SVL, right? Synchronous virtual learning. Well, you're going to learn all about CTC there and how to be successful in the classes that you have. And then we're going to have an in-person new student orientation. That's going to be August 17th. And that one's going to be here in our Anderson Campus Center in our central campus. So it doesn't really matter where you're located. You can definitely participate in our virtual session at minimum. And we would love to have you in person, whenever, if and when you're available. That is new student orientation. That's how you register and you sign up just by following the links. We're going to talk about hopefully everything that you're going to need to know once you're a student. And everything means starts right now, honestly, because you are meeting people virtually right now. We're giving you information, how you can get a hold of us. Start creating those connections. Let us help you. We want to help you. The people that you have just met want to help you. There's all kinds of resources that are available for free on campus. Those resources include the library. And people think library books, ugh, boring. No, actually, it's more about databases. It's more about talking to your librarian and saying, how can I get this information? Because the thing about the librarians is not that they have all the answers, it's that they know where to find it. So talk to your local librarian. They actually, if you have like a report and you give it to them in 24 hours, they'll correct it for you and give it right back to you. I never had that opportunity back in my day, but whatever. We also have the Academic Studio, free tutoring available. You can come over here and get tutoring for basically almost any class that you take. Come talk to them. We have them in person and virtually. On campus, we have, I know the Math Express helps students with their math classes specifically. We have a writing area that the English department, the communications department will help you with your English classes and communication classes just specifically for that. All of this for free. We also have a mental health area. We call it, well, I call it SEEP Start because it's like Student and Employee Assistance Program. And we have licensed counselors that will actually help you if you're going and you're struggling through anything, and that's all for free. I like to personally recommend talking to them because just thinking about coming to college makes people nervous. It can be kind of hard and kind of like, I think Bruce mentioned it before. It's a big change and a big commitment, and that's just one more thing to juggle in your life. And sometimes we all need a little bit of a help just to make sure that we're got everything going, that we're balanced, and that we are able to maintain all the plans that we have. And sometimes, if nothing else, you can go in there. I know I have, and just been like, oh my God, I overdid it. I need to vent. And then you vent, you get it out of your system in a safe environment, and then you can continue on your way. Those are some of the resources that we have available for you. Again, they're already included part of your tuition. You really don't have to do much more than that. Pretty much everybody on this campus, all we want to do is help you. So finish your admissions, come on down. If you're not sure, if you're stuck in the process and you're like, I have no idea who to talk to, that's why we're giving you our information. Contact us and say, okay, I need some help. On top of that, I want you to know that you can also register for campus tours. Yes, that's an option for you too. For you, and you're like, oh, I don't know. I'm still thinking about it. How can I do that? Let me make sure that I'm actually sharing the correct screen. Because, I did not do that correctly last time. Am I good now, Bruce?
Yep, we see the homepage.
Okay, thank you. Whew. Okay, so let's say you want to come for a campus tour. You'll come to students, and under prospective student, you click on more resources, and bam, campus tour right there. Once you click on that, it's going to give you the link to register for an individual tour. It's
probably with
really
the web upgrades going on right now. So
yeah, but that's where you do it. If not, contact me directly. We will hook you up with a campus tour. We want to make sure that we get your questions answered. You want to be our student, we will make that happen. All we have to do is reach out to one of us that you have just met here. We will make it happen. I'm going to put my information in the chat. Again, my name is Mariceli Santiago, Director of Student Life and Activities. You are welcome to come by and say, hey, I saw this video where you were just talking about stuff and I don't know what to do. And you said you would help me. Help me. And I'll do everything that I can to help you.
Mariceli, do you
Yes.
want to mention the open house this summer?
Well, this is.
I don't think it's too early yet, is it?
It's, you know what? It's never too early. I'm going to tell you.
I don't
right
think it's
now.
too early.
It's not too early. So coming soon to Central Campus, near you if you're near Colleen or Copper Cove area. Here in our Central Campus, we're going to be having an open house. It's going to be July 22nd. It's a Saturday. And we don't have everything ready, but be on the lookout for the information. Because here's the clicker. For those that register and show up, you actually will have the opportunity of winning 2 scholarships to Central Texas College. Win 1 of 2, I should say. 1 of 2 scholarships. For those that actually do register and show up. So please, please make sure that you start looking at it. We don't have everything out there yet, but just keep your ear to the ground. We're going to have more information coming out soon. So this is our very soft preview of what's to come.
Intro.
Very, very, very gentle, right? Very gentle opening potential. Put it as so for those of you that maybe haven't heard of it, because I think some of you on this call may not have heard about this. Put it on your calendar, everybody. July 22nd. Yes, we're all participating. We're all helping our departments. We're going to actually have individuals from admissions, advising, and academic departments are going to be here to help you answer questions. And if you have a question, then they're going to be like, here, you're going to talk to this person who's right next to me, and you can get your questions answered. Of course, we don't want you to wait necessarily to start your process of admissions and trying to become a CTC student, but hopefully by then you might have some questions that are beyond, oh, how do I complete the basic stuff? And maybe we can help answer some of the more complex ones so that you can be successful and you can be like, okay, I remember this, I did that. Where am I? Let me just make sure. And you could just check that you are done and that you're not missing anything and just kind of have that checks and balance. That's what we have so far. All right. I don't know. What else am I missing, Bruce?
I think you've covered quite a bit. I wanted to share some things, but I thought maybe we could show your student life video as a kind of a summary of everything, and maybe that will spur something that you wanted to discuss a little further. So I'm going to give it a shot of sharing my screen once again, if I can get to the right page. And of course, it's
while he's trying to figure out how to do that, guys, let me tell you something else. We're a community college that actually has a residence hall. And I don't know that a lot of colleges at this level, at the community college level, have residence halls, but we do. So if you're interested and you're like, I need a place to live, there's a lot of those. And based on our pricing for most students, if you're taking the classes here, of course, there's residency things that Jeff can go into with you, but for the most part, we are still pretty reasonably priced in terms of tuition and everything like that. So a lot of people actually can pay their residents with the financial aid that they, if they qualify for it. So keep that in mind. That's an option for you. So Bruce, did you get it?
Yep, we're good. I'm going to hit share and hopefully everybody can see. I'm going to hit the volume and hit play.
When I enrolled at Central Texas College, I was worried about my classes, meeting new people and what to expect. The tour of the campus with a student ambassador was pretty cool. He made me feel really comfortable, and he had all the right answers. New student orientation helped out a lot. I received information about the rules and guidelines on campus and how they apply to me. I was able to ask questions about things I wasn't sure about, and I felt more prepared for life as a CTC student. They told me about student life. It's the best thing ever. I can relax and have fun, hang out with other students like me. I met people from other backgrounds and made connections that I never thought were possible. Student life also connected me to campus clubs and organizations. I joined a club and found out it was a great way to have fun and make a difference on campus and in the community. College can be stressful, and forming new relationships can be hard. Student life helped me to grow as an individual and make connections and memories that will last a lifetime.
I just want to say real quick that we are working, for those of you that just saw, everybody just saw the video. The ambassador there, his name is Devin Morgan, and I have one other ambassador that we're working on. They have both graduated. They have gone on and, gone on to bigger, better things, but they're still my kids. I don't care. I'm calling them out. You're my kids. They graduated with me. And so we're looking to potentially have them come and talk to everybody that is there at the open house and kind of tell you their stories and tell you their path from where they came, how they got to college and beyond. Devin finished his bachelor's degree here in Texas A&M down the road and started with an associate's here. And then another ambassador, his name's Kermaine, we're planning on having him there too. And he started here. He's out of the Killeen area too, graduated from CTC, got his bachelor's in Texas A&M, and also got his master's degree. And we really want them to share their story because you can see and you can learn how maybe you don't have the best situation in your life or things are going on and it can be really difficult. They had to overcome their own challenges, and they're going to kind of let you know, hey, these are the challenges we had to go through, and hopefully you'll get to learn something from them. And then you can ask them questions. They're great. I know that almost everybody here has met them and know of them just because they worked here for a long time and they really made a difference. So we're hoping that that gets solidified and that they'll be here at Open House. So if you want to come meet them, please check out Open House too. Just want to say that.
No, that's great because they are good examples of what CTC can produce, and they are great inspirational stories for those who are looking to start at CTC, and you can use those too as inspiration to overcome whatever and get those classes taken and get that associate's degree or certificate and move on and start that new career or further your higher educational efforts. So they are great examples of that. So thank you, Mariceli. This is what we call an info session, but could easily be called an intro session because we just touched on introduction of what CTC has to offer and how you apply the class delivery and the classes we offer, how to pay for school and how to help with military benefits and how to find that career pathway for you. But all of that aside, we'll do a bigger, grander scale with the new student orientation that we talked about coming up in June. So please, if you're going to be a new student here at CTC, we strongly encourage you to sign up and be a part of that new student orientation so you get more in-depth information on the things that we just kind of introed about. A couple of things I wanted to share with you as a general information as we wrap up. Tomorrow, we have a wellness fair here on campus. It's a community wellness fair. It's free of charge. It's from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And they'll offer free health screenings and different vendors, silent auction, fitness demonstrations, a whole bunch of things, all free, and a blood drive as well. So if you're interested in donating blood, please sign up for that. Our drama department is putting on a play. A lot of people don't know that we have a drama fine arts department, music and choir. We have a band and we have a choir. And our drama department is putting on a play in April the 20th through the 22nd. And also we have a transfer fair coming up on April 13th in the afternoon from 1 to 3. And the transfer fair is good if you're not even a CTC student, but you're thinking about coming here or even just jumping ship and going to a four-year school. You can meet representatives from four-year universities and kind of get a plan started with them of what their degree plans offer, the credits they have. And if they take CTC credits, you can start taking here and work on transferring to that university of your choice. And again, you can meet these representatives and get the inside scoop on their degree plans and what they require and expect of you. And so it'd be a great start to your higher education. And again, we strongly encourage you to start here with us. And and get those core classes knocked out in a very affordable manner, and then look on to transfer. So, and then of course, thank you, Ellen, for Math Appreciation Day is coming up on April 27th. So people get intimidated by math, but it's a fun day. These instructors in our math department make it fun. They have games and puzzles and activities, a movie screening, and we have a guest speaker coming in from Meta. So we've got all kinds of things to educate you and make you have fun with math and learn that and help you realize math is not that intimidating. Well, I say that, but Ellen will say that it's not intimidating. But I have my qualms about that, so I'll just leave it at that. But anyway, the point is we offer a lot of different things throughout the semester to help you have fun and kind of stress relief and educational opportunities to help you further whatever you're start learning in classes. There might be an event that we have that might further that as well. So yeah. All right, going around the room, are there any last pearls of wisdom or any tidbits you'd like to share? I know Dr. Reese has one specifically, and go ahead, Dr. Reese, whoop it on us.
Communicate. Be sure
There you go. That's what I was waiting for. So communicate, and please, and she's right, folks, don't be scared to ask questions of any of us or your instructors or anybody that you meet here on campus, because we are here to help. And so, Jeff, any last words of wisdom?
Yes, don't wait, start early, because everybody else is going to wait, just like you.
That's a good point. Lucette is nodding in agreement, and so tag team on that, Lucette.
Well, again, don't wait. You need to make sure that you apply through the Veterans Affairs Office first. So apply now and get that taken care of before you think you're going to start school. There's a lot of things that you've got to do right away. So most definitely, it's all about time for sure.
Yeah, you want to make sure you got all your ducks in a row so you don't get held up by some little thing along the way. Ellen, how about you?
You know mine. Take your math first, get it over with. We've got lots of help for you, even if you don't get what the score you want on your TSI test. We have lots of options for you to get your math done quickly, and then you can go do the fun things.
Great. And Pearl's on the phone, but I know Pearl would say, get that FAFSA in now. Do not wait. Get it done now, and make sure that you use the proper information that she submitted there in the chat, the 2324, use tax return form 2021. And so
yeah, she would also say, don't forget about the scholarships. Make sure that you apply for any scholarships that we can. We have a wonderful foundation at CTC. And so that's one of those things that we kind of cover too for financial aid and veteran services, is try to get those scholarship applications in. One more tidbit, and that is just because you apply with the VA or you complete your FAFSA, that doesn't mean you're done yet. You still have to make sure that we have that information and we have everything that we need for you. And with the veteran benefits, every time you register for a class, you have to let us know by doing that VEC so we can cover those classes and you can get paid. Very important.
Great. Yeah, because a lot of people think I've done the application, I'm done. So moving on. So good point. Mariceli.
Well, be part of a team. Come be part of us. Participate in new student orientation. Participate in some of these activities. Check out our social media that we have. Check out what we put up in the boards, and come talk to us and ask the questions like, what are you doing? Because most people don't think, for example, that the math department's going to have this whole activity for math. Like, who does that? Well, our math department does that. And that's what happens through our campus. We have a lot of departments, and including student life and activities. We have things for you. And then we hear like, oh, I never knew about it. Well, look for stuff to do so that you can meet other people, because it's not just about what you learn in the books and in the classrooms. I'm sorry. Okay, faculty, just close your ears for a moment. Just for a moment. It's also about the connections you're making. It's about being able to be part of a team. It's being able to meet others. And even if you don't like them, get along with them. It sounds kind of weird, but that's what makes you employable. So part of our mission includes us making students employable. So that means, yes, you need to learn the academics, but also learn how to be part of a team, how to be somebody that others want to be around. Come be a leader. We have opportunities for you to be a leader. All you have to do is reach out to us, say, how do I do this? How can I be a leader? And we will guide you. But don't forget, we're here for you, and that we're here. I don't know, like, we're just excited. We want you here.
And even if you don't
Would
have the
help.
leadership quality or that desire to be a leader of yourself and ask questions and get answers to those questions so you can lead yourself directly to where you need to be and not fall behind. Okay. And so my final tips or words of wisdom would be like Angela and everybody else said, communicate, ask those questions, do it now, don't hesitate. And my biggest thing is don't say you didn't know about these things. Check us out. Check our website, ctcd.edu. As Mariceli said, check out our social media platforms. We have Facebook, Twitter, Snap, Instagram, all of those. And we put all of our events, all the news that are important to you, we put them out there for students and for the community to learn about what's going on at CTC. So for you to say, I didn't know about something, not very good excuse. So we've given you the tools to learn about what CTC has to offer, and we want you to take advantage of them. Okay. So any last thoughts? Because we're wrapping it up. We're over time, and we're about to go. So let me thank you, Dr. Reese, Mariceli, Jeff, Pearl, Lucette, Ellen. Thank you as always for being a part of this team. This is a great info session team, and this is a great core of people, folks. If you come to campus and you run across any of these people or look these people up, they will be more than happy to help you and point you in the right direction of where you need to be and get the answers to your questions. All right, these are a great wealth of information right here in these 5 or 6 people. So, okay. All right. Thank you all so much for being here for our virtual info session. Our
Thank
next
you.
one will be the new student orientation virtually, and then we'll have one in August, which will be in person. So again, this is not the end of your question and answer session. Reach out. We put information in the chat for you to reach out to us. So if we haven't covered something, feel free to ask. This information session will be on YouTube later, so you can review it and go over it again. And Dr. Reese, you had a double hand up, or is that a double high five? Good deal. All right, good deal. I like that. So, all right, folks, until next time, thank you so much. I'm Bruce Fassbinder in the marketing department, and I thank the whole team, and thank you all for being a part of this. And again, if there's anything that you need to review, it'll be on YouTube later on. So again, thanks so much for being here, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Sorry, guys, I had to check out on you.
That's okay. I think we got you covered.